stays.
Oh, angels, be careful there with your knives and forks,
he prays. There is no known likeness of his father Esau, who, undog-collared because of his little weakness, was scythed to the bone one harvest by mistake when sleeping, with his weakness, in the corn. He lost all ambition and died with one leg.
Poor Dad.
Grieved the Reverend Eli.
To die of drink and agriculture.
Farmer Watkins in Salt Lake Farm hates his cattle on the hill as he hoes them into milking.
Damn you, you damn dairies!
A cow kisses him.
Bite her to death!
He shouts to his deaf dog, who smiles and licks his hands.
Gore him! Sit on him, Daisy!
He bawls to the cow, who barbed him with her tongue, and she moves gentle word as he raves and dances among his summer-breath slaves walking delicately to the farm. The coming of the end of the spring day is already reflected in the lakes of their great eyes. Bessie Bighead greets them by the name she gave them when they were maidens.
Meg, Buttercup, Moll, Fan from the castle, Theodosia, and Daisy.
They bow their heads. Look up Bessie Bighead in the white book of Llaregib, and you will find the few haggard rags and the one poor glittering thread of her history laid out in pages there with as much love and care as the lock of hair of a first lost love.
Conceived in Milkwood, born in a barn, wrapped in paper, left on a doorstep, big-headed and bass-voiced, she grew in the dark, until long-dead Gomer Owen kissed her when she wasn't looking, because he was dead. Now in the light she'll work, sing, milk, say the cow's sweet names, and sleep until the night sucks out her soul and spits it into the sky.
In her lifelong love light, holily Bessie milks the fond lake-eyed cows as dusk showers slowly down over byre, sea, and town. Utah Watkins curses through the farmyard on a cart horse.
Gallop, you bleeding cripple!
And the huge horse neighs softly, as though he had given it a lump of sugar. Now the town is dusk. Each cobble, donkey, goose, and gooseberry street is a thoroughfare of dusk and ceremonial dust, and night's first darkening snow, and the sleep of birds drift under and through the live dusk of this place of love. Llaregib is the capital of dusk. Mrs. Ogmore Pritchard, at the first drop of the dusk showers, seals all her sea-view doors, draws the germ-free blinds, sits erect as a dry dream on a high-backed, hygienic chair, and wills herself to cold, quick sleep. At once, at twice, Mr. Ogmore and Mr. Pritchard, who all dead day long have been gossiping like ghosts in the woodshed, planning the loveless destruction of their glass widow, reluctantly sigh and sidle into her clean house.
You first, Mr. Ogmore. After you, Mr. Pritchard. No, Mr. Ogmore. You widowed her first.
And in through the keyhole, with tears where their eyes once were, they ooze and grumble.
Husband,
she says in her sleep. There is acid love in her voice for one of the two shambling phantoms. Mr. Ogmore hopes that it is not for him. So does Mr. Pritchard.
I love you both.
Oh, Mrs. Ogmore. Oh, Mrs. Pritchard.
Soon it will be time to go to bed. Tell me your tasks, in order.
We must take our pajamas from the drawer marked pajamas.
And then you must take them off.
Down in the dusking town, May Rose Cottage, still lying in clover, listens to the nanny goats chew, draws circles of lipstick round her nipples.
I'm fast. I'm a bad lot. God will strike me dead. I'm 17. I'll go to hell.
She tells the goats.
You just wait. I'll sin till I blow up.
She lies deep, waiting for the worst to happen. The goats champ and sneer. And at the doorway of Bethesda House, the Reverend Jenkins recites to Llaregib Hill his sunset poem.
Every morning when I wake, dear Lord, a little prayer I make. Oh, please to keep thy lovely eye on all poor creatures born to die. And every evening at sundown I ask a blessing on the town. For whether we last the night or no, I'm sure is always touch and go. We are not holy, bad or good, who live our lives under Milkwood, and thou, I know, wilt be the first to see our best side, not our worst. Oh, let us see another day. Bless us this holy night, I pray. And to the sun we all will bow and say goodbye, but just for now.
Jack Black prepares once more to meet his Satan in the wood. He grinds his night teeth, closes his eyes, climbs into his religious trousers, their flies sewn up with cobbler's thread, and pads out, torched and Bibled, grimly, joyfully, into the already sinning dusk.
Off to Gomorrah!
And Lily Smalls is up to no good boyo in the wash-house. And Cherry Owen, sober as Sunday, as he is every day of the week, goes off happy as Saturday to get drunk as a deacon, as he does every night.
I always say she's got two husbands, one drunk and one sober.
And aren't I a lucky woman? Because I love them both.
Evening, Cherry.